last year I only put out 2 YouTube videos. It was 40,000 January 1st, and by September we hit 100,000, and I had only put out 2 videos.
Have you ever wondered how to make $1 million with social media? Meet Marley, Jaxx, an award-winning filmmaker and YouTube growth and content strategist for leaders and entrepreneurs to really build a legacy.
We really focus on a lot of YouTube. We've helped people build their channels to hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers. We even have clients with very small channels that are making 6-7 figures because they're specifically speaking to their target audience.
She was earlier a dental hygienist back in the days to then become a content strategist, today with hundreds of thousands of followers across social media. What has been your secret to grow and convert your audience?
Good content.
Welcome Marley Jaxx to the show. Marley is an award-winning filmmaker, YouTube growth and content strategist for industry leaders. She transforms brands into icons and entrepreneurs into successful empire builders, enabling them to convert their influence into currency. Marley, welcome to the show.
Hi, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Sure, 100%. And likewise. So let's kick this off with what's your mission on the planet and what inflection point made you start your business?
My mission is to build the people that build the businesses that change the world. I actually have that pretty strong message that that's what I'm here to do. And then was the next question, what was my moment of...
Yeah, what inflection point made you start this? Like, this cannot go on anymore. Now I have to do it. And
I used to be a dental hygienist, and that's not very creative. And I was so bored of cleaning teeth all day. And when I was a kid, I wanted to make movies when I grew up. My dream was to make movies in Hollywood. And there I was cleaning teeth, being like, why did I choose this? This isn't what I want to do. And it became this personal mission of I had to rewrite my own, giving myself permission to follow my dreams. And over the last few years, I've made some of my dreams come true. I've made a movie. I've won awards for this. I've grown a YouTube channel. And from there, want to help other people to realize that they can also create anything that they want in life. So that inflection point, like you said, was being bored of cleaning teeth and feeling like I can't do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that makes total sense. So good segue to talk about today as well. So if I were a typical client of yours, what's the core offer that I would buy from you?
Yeah, well, we have, we basically install ourselves as a chief content officer into someone's business.
Love it.
And so we come in with what's the content strategy? How is that building the brand, not just building a buzz? Because building a brand has longevity and has what we also like to call legacy ROI to it. And when you have a brand, you can monetize, you can build revenue off of your name forever in a way that has compounding interest because of the relationships that you have with people. You can really, people want to just not just buy a thing, but anything from you. So we create the strategy for their content on all platforms, how that's funneling into their monetization strategies. And it's both online and offline in, the social media platforms, but then also traditional media as well. But we really focus on a lot of YouTube. We've helped people build their channels to hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers. We even have clients with very small channels that are making 6-7 figures because they're specifically speaking to their target audience.
Makes total sense. And how does that look like? Is it on-demand courses? Is it group coaching? Is it one-to-one? How does it look like?
We have a few different options. We have a membership, chief content officer is what it's called. And then we also, that's kind of more of a do-it-yourself, although we have something called a get it done day, where one day a month, we get all of our content done and strategized in that day. We also have a coaching that's kind of done with you. We create the strategy and then we help them to fulfill it every month. We can give them some of our editors that we've trained into their team. And then we have more of a consulting where we are more hands-on in their business, building their media and their team to scale their content.
Very clear. Real quick on price points, where does it start? Where does it end?
Yeah, our chief content officer starts at $97 a month. We wanted to make it totally accessible. And there's so much in there that if you install just one thing, that's my baby. I love chief content officer. And then all the way up to $100,000 a year.
Amazing. So $997 a month to $100K a year.
No, the first chief content officer is $97 a month.
Oh, $97 a month.
Less than $100 a month. Yeah.
That's a steal.
I know, right? Tell everyone to go.
Okay, great. If I were to interview some of your clients and ask them what they rave most about in your offering, what will they tell me?
I hope that they would say that it's content that works, that it's not, we like to call it 1% content. We like to do what the 99% are not willing to do so that we get results that the 99% won't, that it's content that really makes them stand out and position them as the icon of their industry, the celebrity of their niche. And what I would also hope that they would say is that I really care about their business and genuinely want them to win and won't stop until they do.
Very clear. What tools do you use to deliver that value?
What do I use? Well, we
Yeah,
have
like what tools like Zoom or like an online course platform like Kajabi or something like that.
Yeah, we have our online course platform, our community that we have people commenting in there every single day. It's a really tight knit community. We do calls in Zoom. We do events a few times a year. And we're starting to kick that up to maybe doing some like monthly fly ins with our community. We just always like to be together. And like when you're exposed to people who are also creative, I feel like that's where the juices start flowing and you come up with such awesome ideas.
Nice. Take me on a timeline. When did you launch the business as is today with that offer stack?
Um, I mean, it's always been evolving, and chief content officer is brand new, and we launched it. It was really cool. We launched it a couple weeks ago, and we said like, hey, at this time, whoever signs up first 150 people are going to get it at some extra bonuses. And the moment like people were waking up early all over the world to get in that bonus, so our notifications were like. But really that full stack has like come together in the last year. Before I used to have a full agency where I would fly out to my clients and I would film their content for them, and then I go back and edit it all, and then it scaled into more of like a done with you or a done for you, but they're filming themselves so that I actually get to sleep in my own bed kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's talk about success. So how many paying customers do you have today?
Well, in our lowest level, we have over 200 because they're in our 97 a month. So I'd say like in total, probably close to 300 with our
Okay.
higher and our more consulting.
So 200 fully scalable, and then likely 90 or so in the tier above, and then another 10 in like the consulting.
That math totally works out. I hadn't even thought about it like that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me see what it actually, before you tell me, like that I run the numbers. I mean, the consulting goes up to 100, right? So even that would already be $1 million a year. If it's like 10 high ticket clients, then you have 200 for 100. That is another 2,000 to 20,000 a month. There's another 240. Then you have 90 that likely pay. What was the middle price point? Likely something around like 4 figures, right? 3-4K.
Mm-hmm. So our middle is 10,000 for the onboarding where we create their whole strategy, and then 1,000 a month. And then there can be more in case they want to use our editors and our team. So it can kind of adjust with some add-ons.
Yep. Wow, 10 for onboarding and 1,000 a month. So let's say, let's take the onboarding aside. It's another 90. It's another $1 million. That is 2.25 and plus the one time. I don't know, ballpark 2.5 annually. Sure.
Let's go for that.
You don't know?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how much I'm going to share on this. I don't know who's all going to listen to this, but I'm happy to serve as many people as I can. We're trying to especially scale in the low ticket continuity to serve a high volume of people.
Yeah, that makes sense. How about recurring? Like what's the recurring component there? Like, I mean, if 200 on the low ticket one, that is recurring, and the high one is likely it's annual commitment, and likely also many renew because they like the service, right? The consulting. So like the recurring is strong. That means very valuable business. Well done. Maybe like one more thing that's interesting to understand growth, right? Like if you compare where the business is today to 12 months ago, how has that changed in terms of revenue, for example?
I mean, before I was in a place where I was just selling like one-offs. And in the last year, we've turned it into a model where there's continuity, which is exactly what I do for my clients too. Like one of the first things that I do, even before we start talking about content, is like, we want to know how we're monetizing the content. We want to reverse engineer how are we turning this into a scalable model, and also a model that the client is fulfilled in creating, that they're not exhausted. Because when you're in this hamster wheel and you get into this burnout mode, you don't want to create content because then it's just like it's another thing that you have to be reactive to. So we created it, and we help our clients create their programs in a way where they get more of like an onboarding up front and then continuity that's at a lower amount than the onboarding fee, so that it's easy to just retain clients. So that's been a big thing that we've shifted in the last year. And then also just the internal team. Like we used to, like I said, I used to fly out to clients and film and edit for them. Now we shifted it that our clients will film themselves, but we'll have our editors be able to fulfill for them, and just built out the operations so we can be able to scale. It's been a good journey.
I think an interesting question here is like, how big is the team actually then? Like, because sometimes like it's very lean and you can do with lots of automations, can do it with like almost like very few people.
AI is crazy these days.
Yeah. How's it for you? Like, how big is the team around you?
I have my operations manager, marketing manager. We have a coach on the team. We have a curriculum designer, and I have a part-time videographer, and then we have tons of contract editors just for our clients. So that's like, I don't know, too many to count. And we'll also we have to hire more all the time for the editors.
If you think the creator economy is really interesting, then I got something for you. On milliondollarcreators.club, we actually created a database of all the creators out there, and you see not just their fans, followers, subscribers, but actually how much money are they making. So with that, we bring now transparency into the creator economy, and you really see how are the best of the best get their customers, price their offers, create their offer stack, get customers, which tools are they using, how will they grow and triple their business going forward. So if that's interesting for you, including lists of who makes the most revenue, who has the fastest revenue growth, who has the biggest audience, who has the fastest growing audience, who makes the most revenue per follower, and who has the most exciting offer stack from low end all the way to the high end, then go to milliondollarcreators.club and enjoy the data. One more quick one before we move on. If I were to have this intimate chat with your accountant, like what else is like really big on your cost, like in your P&L, the cost side, like payroll, of course, but is there like due to paid ads? Is like paid ads really big, or what else would be big?
We do some ads. I would say that I'm really lucky that, this is what we do. We teach organic content. So we use ads, of course, because they're great for retargeting. But I also want to help my clients to get to a place where you're not dependent on Zucker and taking all your money or reliant on it. So we do a lot with organic, but we definitely, have paid ads as a cost. I'm always just like testing different content strategies too, and like trying out different copywriters, different video editors. So that would be, my accountant would probably comment on that. There's always these different tests that we're doing all the time. Stay at the forefront so that we can give that then to our clients.
We should talk separately about like this, because like what you said, Zucker. It's like we are like so big on paid and we want to grow organic. So anyways,
and your life.
Let's talk about lead gen, customer acquisition. How do you get eyeballs awareness?
Yeah, a lot of organic content. Like when you have content that just makes you stand out, and content that can go, mini viral in your niche, that people see it and it has those hooks right at the beginning that draws you in, and then from there goes straight into a lead magnet, a funnel, book a call into the DMs. Like that's one of our just consistent strategies. And then of course from there, once they're on the email list, you're doing that email follow-up. But yeah, like most of our content goes to a lead magnet, which might be like a low ticket. We have a really cool text funnel that will send them 30 days of content tips. And from there, once in a while, it's like, hey, come watch this video. The video's a VSL to get on a phone call. We also have our, the $97 a month is very easy for people to try out and then stay into it. So I'm talking about that in my YouTube channel all the time, and people will come in from there.
Just real quick, that was interesting. 30-day text funnel, that's not ManyChat, that's like text, like not WhatsApp, not iMessage, like text, like SMS.
Yep, yeah.
And what tool do you use for that?
We were using, was it Twilio and then Go High Level or something? I'm not the techie stuff, but my team can tell you.
Makes sense. Amazing. One more question. When I checked your audience, right, like you grew from 50,000 a year ago to now more than 200,000. So what has been your secret to grow and convert your audience?
Good content. Just doing content in a way that 99% won't do. Last year, I only put out 2 YouTube videos, and we went from, it was actually 40,000. It was 40,000 January 1st, and by September, we hit 100,000, and I had only put out 2 videos. The cool thing about YouTube is, I know it's amazing. The cool thing about YouTube is that your content from years ago can still be like, I have content that I made in 2016, 2018, 2019 that are still getting thousands of views every single month. And of those 1,000, you got to think of like even a small percentage of them are clicking through to the links, coming into my email, like completely organically. But the money that I spent on ads in 2016 or 2018 or like, that's not generating me leads anymore.
No.
So this is a secret weapon.
Okay, real quick, good content. What are like the 3 things, the 3 secrets of like good content, and what are the 3 things that like everyone always does wrong?
Sure. Good hooks. Like, you need to start it with a hook. You need to always grab their attention right from the beginning. And then you need good scripts that you're constantly re-engaging them. So think about, like, this is something that people do wrong. Imagine if you went to a stand-up comedian show and they only had a good joke at the beginning and a good joke at the end. You wouldn't keep their attention. You have to keep re-engaging them and building up to this big grand finale payoff. So good hook, good script, and then CTAs that are kind of more of a by the way. Like, people don't want to watch commercial breaks. People pay extra to be able to skip ads and skip commercials. So the moment that your video starts sounding like it's a commercial, they're gone. So the other thing that people do that I am always like, you have to stop doing this, is when they start their videos with, hey guys, just popping in real quick. Just wanted to come on here real quick. Hey guys, happy Monday. Today is Monday. Having a great day. Like, we don't need the small talk in social media. Like, people are already gone. That doesn't matter to people. So you need to just jump. Like, in movies, when you watch a movie, it starts right at the height of drama. It starts as far away into, like, as deep into the story as possible. So we have to do the same thing with our content.
I absolutely love it. That is amazing. Let's talk about the future. So could you triple your business by yourself in the next 12 months? Yes or no?
By myself? No, I can't do anything by myself. I need an amazing team around me.
With the current team?
Current team? I probably need some more coaches and some bit more video editors.
Okay. What strategy or tactic will get you that massive growth in the next 12 months?
I think doing a lot of JVs, collaborations, partnerships with people that have the kind of audience that needs support with content, thinking about people that their clients will be more successful if they're making good content. So probably a lot of that. And I also want to just keep creating amazing content. So for myself, probably more videographers and editors working with me.
Before we continue, there's one favor I would like to ask. If you enjoy what we do here and you enjoy the guests that we bring, please join $1 Million Creators by hitting the subscribe button. And if you do, I'll make you a deal. I do everything in my power to make this show bigger and better for you. Do we have a deal? Enjoy the show. Just real quick, how do you create amazing content? I mean, you just shared like the system, I get it, but do you have, I don't know, like you sit Monday night there, you do a brainstorm of like what's going to come, or?
We do something called a Get It Done Day, which is something that we actually do inside of Chief Content Officer, where once a month we plan out all of our content. And then we'll plan out like, when are we filming it? When are we writing it? What actually gets done and gets happening, so that instead of waking up each day reactive, like, I got to post something, and feeling that pressure of, if I don't post, I don't make sales, we plan it out on one day. And what's cool is when you have a team around you, that brainstorming power is really fun. Like, in Hollywood, they have writers' rooms. Everyone's in the room and they're throwing out ideas and almost like one-upping each other with, oh, here's something we could do. Here's something we could do.
Love it. Biggest potential channel to drive that massive growth for you?
YouTube. I mean, the content that I made 8 years ago is still generating leads for me. So why wouldn't I create content now that maybe 8 years from now will still generate leads?
Okay, and what's the biggest thing holding you back personally on achieving that?
Just time, just doing it. But I'm creating content and enjoying it, loving it, helping my clients to create content like this. And now it's just like putting in more reps.
Next section is called Favorite 5. It's a fast-paced section. You can answer in one word. Let's go. So what's your favorite business book?
Oh, there's a really, who is Michael Ovitz? I know that no one would ever say that one, but he was a man in Hollywood that ran Hollywood. He was the most powerful man in Hollywood. And it's his biography and explains how he did it.
What's your favorite way to get inspiration or to learn and grow?
Scrolling through Instagram, which I know can be a bit of a rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite person that you are studying, your role model?
Michael Ovitz.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite event or conference that you have attended or want to attend?
I really love anything that Taylor Welch does. He's great, and Funnel Hacking Live.
Funnel Hacking Live, yeah, that makes sense. What's the favorite online tool for building your company?
YouTube.
Favorite city or place to move to?
Ooh, probably LA or New York.
Biggest thing on your mind?
Dinner. I don't know what to make for dinner.
Okay, personal section also real quick. How many hours do you work per week?
I mean, I typically work 6 to 8 a day. So whatever that 30 to 40.
7 times 5, 35, yeah.
Yeah.
And how many hours do you sleep per night?
I'm pretty consistent with 7.5.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's the situation? Married, single, any kids?
I am partnered but not married yet, but it's coming. And then 3 kids that I'm a stepmom to.
Wow. Is it called engaged?
We're not engaged yet.
I get it.
He thinks that we're secretly married, which is really funny. So I'm just going to keep that rumor going.
Okay, cool. What's your age?
I had to think about that. 33.
Lovely. Final question. We also want to give some advice to the audience. If you could go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, what's the best piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
I would probably tell myself, pick the scariest, most impossible dream and just go for it. No matter what happens, you're going to make it.
Pick the scariest and most impossible
dream
and make it happen.
Yeah.
That's bold. I love that. This is Marley Jaxx. She's an award-winning filmmaker and YouTube growth and content strategist. You can work with her. She escaped the dental hygienist world because she wanted to make her own life more exciting. Her dream was to make movies. That's how it all started. Today she's big on social. She's exploding. She has a 7-figure business. You can buy really cool offers from her, like Chief Content Officer, which sounds cool enough to just buy it for the name of it. And it helps you to come up with the right content strategy, how to monetize, how to build a successful content business with content that just works. It starts at less than $100 a month, goes up to much more if you want to really work closely with her. She is on content marketing, strong. Her biggest cost is payroll, and we'll take it now to the next level. Thank you so much for sharing your passion, Marley.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That was Marley Jaxx. You learned the power of a robust content strategy in building a legacy and driving business success. So how can you unlock the next level in your business?